Welcome to a special airing of the Infinite Wisdom series. Why is this special? Because this episode, we're going beyond the interview, and our guest is doing a special masterclass just for you. So who is this mysterious guest? Her name is, correct me if I do this wrong, Ania Halama. And she is a world traveler who has helped thousands of heart-centered entrepreneurs align their ideal clients to attract wealth, health, love, mental health, and spiritual wealth. She started out working a corporate job and left her living paycheck, and she left that living paycheck to paycheck life, and she was exhausted and worn out, and she was limited to her dreams of a better life. Anya longed for the freedom to live life on her terms and she wanted the time to enjoy the fullness of life. And then one day, just one day, she decided to take a leap of faith. She quit her job and began a journey of self-discovery. The journey has taken her all over the world and helped her create businesses, learning new skills and sharing them along the way. She is a millennial manifester, spiritual life and business mentor, and intuitive digital artist. She's also an intuitive healer, Reiki master, angel healer, EFT certified coach, Gary.
Ho'oponopono.
Master, Akashic Records reader, angel card intuitive, and law of attraction master. Wow, that's phenomenal. As a matter of fact, she's also an Entrepreneur magazine listed her as top millennial powerhouse, and US Reporter has listed her as one of the top 10 entrepreneurs to follow. She has spoken on national stages with the Napoleon Hill Foundation, Women Gone Wild Summit. Her experience has been featured in media outlets including Brains Magazine, Yahoo News, Entrepreneur Magazine, LA Weekly, US Reporter, New York Weekly Times. Oh my goodness, she's just all over the place. And most recently, her work has featured on New York Times Square Billboard. Anya is two-time best-selling author of the book Rebel's Guide to Spirituality and Women Gone Wild, the Wealth Edition. She is host of a Spirituality for Badass Babes podcast. That sounds kind of familiar. And is also the co-founder of Save the Toads. That's a whole nother conversation. Her passion is to use her eye for beauty, knowledge, business, and love for self-discovery and healing to impact as many lives as possible. Anya, thank you so much for joining us and also for presenting this special gift to all of our listeners.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Ross and Gary. And what a phenomenal introduction you did right there. I feel like I don't have to introduce myself. It's a mouthful for sure. There's a lot to pack in there. A lot to pack in there. But thank you so much. And thank you for having me in this beautiful community to come in and share all about abundance today. Abundance is something so close and dear to my heart because, as Ross was saying a little bit in my bio, is I haven't always been abundant, and I didn't know what abundance means for a very, very long time. And it wasn't until I started to get myself fully engraved in spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relational, sexual, and financial wealth. Once all of those pillars came about together in full alignment, that's when my abundance started to explode. And I have like a whole repertoire of things that I've done at this point. That's not what abundance is. And today we're going to be tapping into that frequency of abundance and actually doing a tapping and a meditation as well towards the end to activate the abundance within yourself. Beautiful. So I would love to know who is on right now, who is watching. I'd love to say hi to all of you. Let me know your names and where you're tuning in from. I would love to say hi to all of you.
I think there's going to be a slight delay usually with Facebook. Anya, can you change the view to gallery because it just goes one at a
Oh,
time?
it's mine.
Yeah.
I forgot that you made me host.
Yeah. And while you guys are chiming in, go ahead and let us know also not only where you're from, your city and your country, but also tell us if it's your first time here. We love to welcome all our new viewers as well as our regulars. And just give us comments in the chat. And remember, it's
Perfect.
about
Eugenia
implementing.
from
There we go. They're all
Italy.
chiming in. Nice.
Lisa from New Jersey. Ella from England. Love the name Ella. That's my mother's name. So hello to you. Okay. While you all are chiming in, first and foremost, I want to let you know that I see you. As a spiritual being myself, I see every single one of you. And you are here on this planet to make an impact in this world. You have a huge calling, much bigger than you can probably imagine. And that's when we're going to be tapping into that frequency of abundance. You are here to disrupt some shit. Excuse my language. Hopefully I could say that. You're here to make the world a better place. And I believe when we act in service, we are truly abundant in our core. We truly start to manifest the lives that we desire, that we want, that's our birthright. The lives that we desire, it's already ours, but we need to tap into those, unlayer all of the layers that we have within ourselves and get into that core of what we truly desire, that core that's going to make that lasting impression, not only on yourself, the people around you, but also the world. You are here to create a legacy, and it all starts within yourself. So I want to start off with what abundance is. I'm sure you've had some kind of a purpose, some kind of a little inkling within yourself, telling you that you deserve much more. And you know what? You do deserve much more because, like I said, abundance is your birthright. Abundance is everything. More is your birthright. And we are here to create a beautiful harmony of ease and flow and grace and joy and pleasure and happiness in our lives so that we can fully align all of those pillars that I talked about in the beginning: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relational, sexual, and financial. So they're fully combined and we can be in full harmony of ourselves and start attracting everything that we want into our lives. So I would love to get abundance is your birthright. Yes, Gary. So I want to ask you, what is abundance to you? And I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. I want to share a little story of what abundance means to me. So I didn't grow up with a lot of money, as a lot of us. I'm an immigrant myself into the United States. I live in Colombia at the moment, the country, not the city. And I had to grow up fairly quickly. At the age of 10, my dad was in a work accident and he became handicapped. Once he became handicapped, like I was 10 years old and I had to take on responsibilities that no 10-year-old should have to take on because they didn't speak any English. I was the one going to doctor's offices. I was going to lawyer offices. I had to translate legal documents, like learning words no 10-year-old should ever learn. But I knew deep inside of me that I had something in me. I was always the girl that was smiling no matter what. Like even when I was anxious, even when I was going through something, I knew that I had a frequency within myself that I can start attracting the life that I want. I knew that I had a mission greater than myself. And I know you have a mission greater than yourself as well. I always joke that if I can make a living like smiling and making people happy, like my life would be complete. And I took the traditional route. I went into corporate America. I did graphic design and marketing. That was my background. And it was soul sucking, absolutely soul sucking. I hated the monotony of waking up every single morning, driving to work for an hour. I'm from Chicago, driving to work for an hour, then working in a cubicle in a dark room. And finally, like coming back, driving another hour and making dinner, going to sleep, and start doing it all over again. Like, I hated the monotony. It was not fun. And then I came to a point in my career where I decided, you know what, like, I'm sick of all of this. I'm sick of anxiety. I'm sick of the monotony. I'm sick of driving myself crazy. This is not making me happy. What is going to make me happy? So one day I woke up, put in my 2 weeks notice into my work, said, screw all of this, put in my 2 weeks notice, sold my car, sold my apartment, put everything in storage, bought a one-way ticket to Thailand, and I've been traveling ever since. I've lived in 10 countries since then, and I found myself. I wasn't on a mission to find myself, but that's exactly what happened, because I tapped into those frequencies of those 7 pillars that I talked about, and you guessed it, I found that abundance within me. And to me, abundance is truly having more of everything. It's not the money in your bank account. It's not how many millions you have, how many people you touch. No, it is having that inner knowing inside of yourself that's connecting you to freedom, that's connecting you to love, that's connecting you to happiness, that's connecting you to everything. Abundance is all around us. So how are you connecting to that abundance? And now we're going to do a couple exercises as well. And once I started my spiritual journey, I started learning about the law of attraction. I started learning about expanded consciousness, and even more abundance started coming to me. Don't get me wrong, like, I still have bad moments. Like, if you look at my social media right now, I had a really tough September. My September, I had a crazy mental breakdown and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, I am still human. But I acknowledge that all of this is happening. I look all of these things that are happening in my life, look at them straight in the face and say, you know what? I'm better than this. I can get through this. Tapping into those abundance frequencies and allowing myself to persevere in no matter what direction. So once I started getting on this pillar, I started realizing, like, you know what? I can attract everything else into my life, including finances. And that's when most people think that abundance is finances, but it's not. It's having all of that balance of everything. So I would love to hear from some of you. What do you think abundance is? What does abundance mean to you? Abundance is your birthright. Yes, it is. Abundance is the ability to do what you want, when you want, and you need to do it. Yes. Abundance, feeling safe and free. Beautiful. Love that one. Before we move any further, let's center ourselves a little bit and connect to the intention of what we will be going to do today. So let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath in, hold it, and release. Let's take another one of those deep breaths in. Hold it. And release. And set the intention in your heart that you are going to connect to your truth, connect to your growth, connect to the power within yourself, connect to that infinite spiritual being that you are, connect to your emotional wealth, your physical wealth, your relational wealth, your sexual wealth, your financial wealth, bringing all of these energies in together so you can start attracting and manifesting the abundance in your life, the abundance that is your birthright, connecting to that limitless power that's within yourself, so that you can connect and activate the abundance. And we will be activating that abundance in you today. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Okay, a few more of what abundance is came in. Abundance is security and knowing that things will work out. Yes, I love it. Abundance is the ebb and flow. It's the masculine and the feminine. It's when we know that all things are happening to us, allowing us to have that freedom, have that joy, have everything that we truly want. It's when things just flow to you and life seems to be easy, and you can start playing with that energy of fun, that inner child within yourself, and start playing with that beautiful, playful energy, because abundance is playful. Abundance is created from within. Abundance is happiness, joy, those pleasure frequencies. Fun fact, abundance, happiness, joy, money are all on the same frequency. So if we can tap into abundance, if we can tap into pleasure, if we can tap into happiness, we're tapping into the energy of money as well, and money will come to us. They're all in that same frequency, and that same frequency is all within yourself. So let's take this one step further. When I say, what is abundance? Give me 1 to 2 words. Abundance is freedom. Abundance is vision. Abundance is relaxation. Abundance is opportunity. Abundance, security. Abundance is inner knowing. Abundance is choice. Give me 1 to 2 words of what you think abundance is. Abundance is knowing that all that is contains all that is needed and all accessible to you because you exist. Abundance is choice. That is a great one. Now, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel lighter, or does it make you feel heavier? Abundance is choice. Does it make your body expand, or does it make your body contract? Vibrational resonance. Love it. How is it making you feel? Is it making you feel lighter, or is it making you feel heavier? If the word that you choose is making you feel lighter, that means that it's true to you. If it's making you feel heavier, that means that it's false, and that's other people's ideas of what abundance is projected onto you, expanded. Yes, it's making you feel lighter. So abundance is choice. That's true for you. A lot of the time, people's outside ideas of what abundance is what makes us heavier in what we perceive abundance to be. This is why I do a lot of the work that I do, is tapping into that reprogramming of our minds, reprogramming of the old paradigms that we do, in order to get rid of all of the patterns that our parents, our ancestors, society taught us about money, about abundance, about pleasure, about fun. Like, because we start calling in the abundance all from within ourselves in ways that are beyond us, that are unimaginable. So abundance is allowing yourself and the willingness to receive. Receiving is the feminine. Receiving comes from the mother. Receiving is good, and it is also bad. So a lot of the times we think like, oh, this thing is so fabulous. Oh, this thing could also be bad. We live in a world of duality. Everything has a good and a bad. Receiving as well. When it comes to energy, we need to receive energy, the good of the energy and the bad of it. If we are not in receiving mode, how do we expect more things to come to us? Any problems that we have in your life right now come from the unwillingness to receive. For example, if you have any kind of money issues, that is the unwillingness to receive abundance. If you have stress in your life, that's the unwillingness to receive ease. What's the opposite of stress? Ease. If you have fear in your life, that's the unwillingness to receive confidence. If you have alcoholism in your life and that's showing up, or drug use or abuse, that's the unwillingness to receive sobriety. Everything is duality. Be willing to receive abundance. Yes, abundance is a state of mind. Let's look at money, because a lot of us, when we talk about abundance, we think about money. That's the first thing that comes to mind a lot of the time. So let's talk about money. And we're all about, like, I'm all about money consciousness. I love it. Most of the work that I do is limiting beliefs around money, undeservingness, unwillingness to receive money. Why am I not receiving all of this? So let's talk about money. Majority of the people on this planet, they truly think that they are actually more comfortable with not having money than actually having money. Let me say that again. The majority of people on this planet are more comfortable with not having money than with actually having money. Let's look at society. Let's look at the people. Love that duality. Let's look at the people around us. Like, who you are, the makeup of the 5 people around us, and you guys are in this biology of belief group. Like, y'all are probably 7 steps ahead of a lot of society. Look at the people around you. How are they receiving money? How are they talking about money? One of my all-time favorite exercises that I do in my live sessions is I actually have people take a $1 bill or $20, whatever they have in their wallets, even if it's coins, taking a look at that money, and how do you talk to that money? How do you look at that money? How do you treat that money? If you take out that $1 bill from your wallet, is it all crumpled up and it's at the bottom of your purse? Like, how are you treating that money? How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you're treating money is how you're treating yourself, is how you're treating your mother, is how you're treating your sons. How are you treating that money? How are you treating the abundance that's coming within yourself? How are you talking to that money? Are you talking to it as if, like, oh, money, I don't need this $1. If you see a penny on the floor, do you pick it up? Or are you like, nope, it's just a penny, I don't need that? How are you treating the money? If money was your child, how would you talk to it? Would you talk to it like, oh, it's just a penny, I don't need that? No, you would talk to it with love and care. Then why aren't you doing the same thing with money? Are you just crumbling it up and throwing it at the bottom of your purse? Most people are more comfortable not having money than they are comfortable with having money. People can only have what they think that they deserve. Think about it this way. And a mentor of mine gave me this analogy, and I will use it until the day that I die, because it is one of the best examples of this that I can give. The sun shines every single day, no matter what. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't look at you if you're a good person, if you're a bad person. The sun shines on you every single day. The sun doesn't, sure, it could be cloudy, it could be rainy, but the sun gives you sunlight every single day, no matter what. Does the sun give good people money? Yes. Do good people deserve sunlight? Sure. Do bad people deserve sunlight? Sure. So why can't we deserve that abundance? Why don't we deserve that abundance? Do you wake up one day and say, like, you know what? I don't deserve sunlight today. I'm just going to stay in all bed, not do anything. The sun doesn't do that. The sun shines every single day, no matter what. And abundance can shine down on you every single day, no matter what. But you need to give yourself that opportunity and that willingness and that knowingness that you deserve that abundance every single day. Because you deserve it, just like you deserve the sunlight every single day. The sun doesn't question who deserves sunlight, who doesn't. Abundance doesn't question it either. But you need to have that belief within yourself that you deserve it. So are you deserving of sunlight? Are you deserving of abundance right now? Let's see in the chat. Who's deserving of abundance? It's all about your relationship with the vibrational frequency of that form of abundance. Yes, you are deserving. Yes, because abundance is energy. Money is energy. And you deserve all of the energy of abundance, just like every single other person. It doesn't come from, it's funny, we think like, oh, the people that make the most money in this world, they work super hard, they have all of these degrees, they do all of these things. No, they're no better than you. They just have a better relationship with abundance and with money. And you need to have that better relationship. Nobody is deserving. We might be worthy, however. We're all worthy, yes. Greater way of putting it. I am deserving. I am a money magnet. Love it. You are deserving. Beautiful. We all think we might be deserving or undeserving or unwilling or whatever. Deep down inside our own subconscious and our unconscious, on a deep level, we need to reprogram our own beliefs that are made up in our DNAs, that are passed down from generations, from ancestors, from society, from everything, deep-rooted wounds that are making us think that we are possibly unworthy or undeserving of anything. But if you open yourself up to the possibilities of receiving and being deserving, then you can receive anything in the world. You can receive abundance as well. You are deserving, yes, and you are worthy as well. What if abundance came to you as easy as the sun comes up every single day? What if it shined down on you and irradiated all of the beautiful vibrational frequencies within you, rained down on you, and you basked in that beautiful abundance every single day? How would that make you feel? Amazing. It would make you feel amazing. This is the way that it's supposed to be. This is the way that we're supposed to receive abundance, just how we receive that sunlight. It's supposed to be easy and effortless and fun and playful and joyful and making us happy. Just as you receive that sunlight every single day, making you happy. If you wish to have more abundance in your life, you must be willing to receive more abundance in your life. All of it, receiving everything. Oops, I need to charge. So again, receiving comes from the mother. This taps into the feminine energy. The feminine is receiving, and our willingness to allow that flow of receiving into our lives. So how are you allowing flow and receiving into your life? Look at all of the situations around you. How are you receiving in your life? For example, grabbing some water. Are you receiving water, or are you just drinking water just to drink water? Are you receiving it in full form when you take a sip and you're grateful for the beautiful water that you're receiving? If someone opens the door for you and you're in the middle of New York, someone opens the door, do you just pass them by because we're all busy people and you not even say thank you? If someone gives you a compliment, tells you, oh, the dress that you're wearing today is beautiful. You look beautiful. Do you say thank you, or do you say, no, I'm not? Do you shrug it off? How you receive one thing is how you receive everything. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So you must be willing to receive all parts in order to receive everything, in order to receive that abundance as well. We must be willing to receive, whether that's a compliment, someone opening the door, someone paying you money, someone offering to pay for something, you receiving water. You must be willing to receive everything. That includes receiving bad. Remember when I talked about like abundance could be good and abundance can be bad? Because again, we live in a world of duality, polarity, and everything is a mirror reflection. We have to receive the good and the bad. About a year ago, I was having a hard time with business, and I let go of a mentor of mine that was very out of integrity with some stuff that she was doing. I was not in alignment with her anymore. And because I let go of this mentor, we live in a world of polarity, of duality, and everything is a direct mirror reflection of yourself. Because I let go of her as a mentor, I had a lot of my clients to let go of me. And I was like, what the heck is going on? When looking at this from the receiving point, I might have gone down this negative spiral where like, oh my gosh, all of this is happening right now. How am I receiving this? All of this craziness, because like we're constantly stuck in our monkey brains a lot of the time. But I knew that I needed to go through this in order to rise and to elevate. And from this, my life quantum leaped, as it's quantum leaping right now in several other aspects of my life. I spoke at live events. I was on a Times Square billboard a few months ago, but that is because I had to receive the energy of me letting go of her and my clients letting go of me. I needed to receive the bad. We have to be willing to receive all of the energy that comes with abundance, that comes with money, that comes with any kind of energy. We need to receive the good and the bad. So ask the universe, how can I open myself to receive more? I could have easily cut off all of that energy and go into a negative spiral of maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not a great coach. Maybe I'm not a good speaker. Like maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe I'm not deserving of these clients. Maybe, but energy never stops. If we give that energy towards the I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough, I'm not deserving enough, that's more of the energy you're going to receive. Energy never stops. So we have to sit within that energy, allow it to come through us, breathe through it, let it pass, because energy is always moving. One of my all-time favorite things to do is actually EFT tapping when it comes to releasing some of that energy. And we're actually going to be doing an EFT tapping towards the end of this session. But we need to move that energy within ourselves. Breath work is also fantastic. Hypnosis is fabulous as well, in order to move that energy within ourselves and release all that isn't serving, all that isn't worthy of us anymore. We need to move the negative. We need to look at the negative. It's funny, when I do EFT tapping sometimes with my clients, I have clients that tell me like, oh, I don't want to look at the negative. I only want the positive. The negative triggers me. We're like, well, sure, we need to look at that negative because that's the energy we need to release. We're releasing it in order to transmute it and into the positive. We can't just cut off that energy. We can't cut out, like not acknowledge it, because energy moves and the universe moves it with us. All the good and the bad, we need to receive all of it. How can I receive more? Yes. When you accept this reality and you stop looking at yourself, at energy as energy, you start attracting more into your life, because you are a direct reflection of the energy that you put out there. The energy you put out is the same energy that you receive in. You start seeing experiences in whole new eyes. I want to give you another example, and I think this example is one of my funniest. I think it's hilarious. Let's say Gary or Ross, one of them two, doesn't matter which one, pick one. Ross wakes up one day and he's like, I don't like hipsters anymore for whatever reason. They're annoying, they dress funny, they have those gross mustaches. They're always at your favorite coffee shops. They're just annoying. I hate them for whatever reasons. And he goes, all of a sudden, a hipster comes up to Ross, and a hipster says, oh, Ross, you are the best person in the biology of belief. I really want to work with you. And Ross goes, okay, yeah, here's my coaching program. Here's my program. It's $10,000, whatever. The hipster then tells him like, oh, that's too much money. I can't afford that. So Ross starts working with this hipster, and he's like, all right, well, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do a payment plan. Maybe we can do this. But then the hipster doesn't get the results that Ross promised. And then they do chargebacks, and then they complain. And then they're in his Facebook group saying like, oh, Ross sucks. Because Ross decided he doesn't like hipsters, the energy of that hipster translated into him receiving money from this hipster. How we receive one thing is how we receive everything. If you don't like someone for some reason, unconsciously, you are not liking the energy that comes with this person for whatever reason. That's with everything. That's with the foods you eat, the people you talk to, the people that you're around, the work that you do, everything, because everything is energy. You need to receive the good and the bad. We can't look at people, at things with with negative eyes. We need to look at it from a non-judgmental point of view so that we can receive from a non-judgmental point of view, and we can truly receive abundance within ourselves from every aspect. So it doesn't matter if you like hipsters or you don't, you need to receive that energy unconsciously, subconsciously, and energetically as well. Because when we start rejecting from the universe, more rejections will start coming to us, including the rejection of abundance. Abundance is non-judgmental. Yes. When we reject things from the universe, we reject everything. When you reject hipsters, you're rejecting money that comes along with hipsters, abundance that could come along with working from hipsters. Hey, maybe if you liked hipsters, you would have found this like beautiful summit that you spoke of from like that are all hipsters. Who cares that they have funny mustaches? Who cares? Receive them all. Come from it from a non-judgmental point and receive all of that energy.
I feel like I have to send out a press release now.
I like hipsters. I promise. Like hipsters. Hey, they're cool. We need to be willing to receive the good, the bad, and the ugly. When we allow ourselves to receive the good, the bad, and the ugly, more of that abundance that you're trying to receive will come to you. You will be able to receive everything then. And that's when the opportunities and the flow and the ease and the grace and the fun will start coming into your life. You need to start taking control of your life and start living your life from a non-judgmental point. Judgment cuts off that energy. When we cut it off, more of that energy doesn't come to us. So start looking at your current experiences in your life that are in motion, that are moving through you. How are you receiving? How are you judging the things that are coming into your life? For example, if you have clients right now that are not paying you, for example, or they're paying you, but they're always late. Remember, everything is a direct mirror. Where in your life are you paying late? Where in your life are you not paying your own dues? Start looking at the things that are coming up in your life that are a little bit in turmoil. What is the opposite of that? Where are you mirroring that energy in your own life in order for you to not receive that abundance that comes through? Let's talk about beliefs for a second, because beliefs are nothing more than just energy as well. They are not real. And that's when EFT tapping makes it so, so powerful. And it's one of my all-time favorite things to work through, is to get through those limiting beliefs, because those beliefs aren't real. They're not the core of who you are. Judgment is based on the definitions you have about things in life. Beautiful. Yes. Let's check in with the chat. We are all deserving, but many have been told they are not. My father believed no one deserved money without the discomfort and sacrifice of hard work. Yeah, those beliefs are not real. Those are just made up beliefs in their own minds. Be the abundance you want to attract. That sounds simply divine. Beautiful. Yes, we are all worthy. So we need to start committing to the new. We need to start committing to what we truly want in life, breaking out of those old patterns, breaking out of those old limiting beliefs. When we do this, you stop being the victim of your own reality, and you start actually consciously creating your own reality. You start shifting your own reality so that you can start attracting anything and everything that you want, because remember, everything is energy. That means that our thoughts are energy as well. And I'm sure you've heard it, like, what you think is what manifests. What we think about abundance matters as well, whether that's good or bad. If you have that negative bad thought, it's not real, and that's okay. A lot of us grow up with the thoughts of, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, or like someone was saying, I think it was Ella, no one is deserving of money because you have to sacrifice and you have to work hard. How many of you have heard, and I want to hear, like, see some hand raises, number ones. Let's do with number ones. Oh, we can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Anyone with money is greedy. Money is the root of all evil. Your parents always fought about money. You have to sacrifice or work hard. Yes, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. We've all heard that. I have. The same goes for our own relationships with abundance and with money. Hello, one, yes. For example, at one point in my life, I have only ever sold 5 spots to one of my coaching programs. And because I only sold 5 spots in my coaching program, I didn't believe that I can sell more. I put the limiting belief upon myself because I was like, oh, 5 spots, that's the most that I ever sold. I can't sell any more than that. That is a limiting belief. Same as money doesn't grow on trees. We can't have that. You have to work hard. You have to sacrifice. Those limiting beliefs keep you in a 3D reality. Stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we're going to do another interview with me on here where we're going to be talking all about the quantum. And we have some special, fun, exciting things all about the quantum realm in a couple of weeks coming. But we need to start attracting from the 5D. The 5D is where everything exists in the here and the now. If we live in the 3D, we are living in anxiety, in mental states that we don't want. We are allowing our physical energies to keep us in that 3D. We are all infinite beings where abundance is our birthright, and we can attract way more than 5 clients. I put that belief on myself. Oh, I only did 5 clients. I can't do any more than that. No, that was a limiting belief that I put on myself. We are all infinite beings. And if we live in the quantum, live in the infinite, that infinite exists, you can attract freaking 500 clients on your next launch. Who cares that it was 5 clients last launch? It doesn't matter. That goes for anything because we put those beliefs on ourselves. So your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts become your reality. What you think manifests. I'm sure you've heard this already. This isn't news. So how do you start changing that, your own energy? How do you start opening yourself up to new energies of the universe? We start living in a question. When we ask the universe a question, the universe has to respond to us. When we surrender to the universe responds. What kind of questions can you ask the universe? One of my all-time favorites, and this comes from Access Consciousness, is how can it get better? How can it get better? So simple. Ask the universe every single day, how can it get better? You found $5 on the floor. How can it get better? You find $10 tomorrow. How can it get better? Start asking the universe questions so that you can start opening yourself up to the possibilities of what is to come. Open yourself up to the infinite of the universe because the universe is infinite. We need to start asking the universe these questions to bring these possibilities to our own realities because the universe is infinite. So why can't you be infinite? Let's look at this from a science standpoint. We have the power to change any molecule just by looking at it. There's everything is made up of molecules, obviously. There is a experiment on water where obviously we can make water into ice, obviously. We can take something from an egg and add hot water to it, and all of a sudden it's a hard-boiled egg. When there's an experiment with growing plants, when we add water to 2 plants, add water to both of them. One of the plants we talk to and they grow. One of the ones we just water them and we don't talk to them and we don't do anything and it dies. We can change it. It doesn't matter what it is. We can change our thoughts as well. If we can change water, we can change our thoughts. So what other questions can you ask the universe? How can the universe support me today? How can I be more abundant today? How can I live more in pleasure today? What do I have to do today to be more in pleasure, in flow? My all-time favorite, how can it get better? How can this get better? Access consciousness. There's a story in Access Consciousness where this woman, she was walking down the street, and because again, energy flows, and if you cut off that energy to the negative stuff will start happening, like I talked about earlier. There's a woman, she's walking down the street and she finds $5, and she's like, how can it get better? A day later, she finds $10. How can it get better? A day later, she finds it like a tennis bracelet, a gold tennis bracelet. And she's like, how can it get better? And then she finds a penny. And instead of being grateful for finding that penny, asking, how can it get better? She doesn't. She cuts off that energy. And the next day, like something bad happens, like she got her identity stolen or something, because she wasn't living in that question. How can it get better? We need to start realizing that everything around us is that energy. How are our beliefs, our thoughts, are everything that we're thinking and doing, how are they aligning yourself with the energy that you want? This goes into some of the law of attraction and manifestation stuff, and allowing yourself to be a beautiful, infinite being. But before we move any further, I'd like to go into the activation so we can have a little bit of time for a Q&A later as well. So let's set up our spaces. This is going to be a two-part activation. First, we're going to be doing an EFT tapping series. And if you're not familiar with EFT tapping, I've talked slightly about it already. So EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, moves energy in your body. We all have meridian points down our bodies, and there's different tapping points. Similar to getting acupuncture, there's different meridian points to release energy from yourself. In acupuncture, we do the same exact thing to release energy and move that energy within ourselves, but we do it with tapping on ourselves. So the tapping points are side of the hand, eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone, under the arm, and top of the head. We'll do several rounds of those. We'll start off with the negative stuff, and then we'll end with the positive stuff. So do not get triggered by the negative, because we need to work through some of these beliefs and some of this stuff that we may think abundance or money is. Feel free to set up your space, get comfortable. You can be sitting or lying down, and then moving after that, we'll go into an actual meditation. So get blankets, some headphones, incense, whatever you feel you are called to. Afterwards, feel free to grab a journal as well and see if there's any thoughts that came up for you. Feel free to write them down. One thing that I do want to mention with EFT tapping is you might have some energy that comes through and releases, and that is completely okay. Know that everything that you are doing is right for you in this exact moment. Your eyes might water, you might yawn, you might burp, you might have some like tingling down your body. Excuse me, it is okay. That's all you releasing that energy. And afterwards, drink plenty of water. Similar to getting a massage, you're moving a lot of energy in your body. You're going to want to drink lots of water afterwards as well. There might be some uncomfortable emotions that come up for you. Just remember to tune into your breath, look inwards, and whatever is right for you in this moment is exactly what's going to happen for you in this moment. And then we're going to go into the actual activation meditation as well. So let's start off with taking a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Another deep breath in. Hold it. And release. And a final breath in. Hold it. And release. Now starting to breathe in and out through your nose, allowing the inhales to come naturally, the exhales to come naturally, allowing your body to rise and fall into your breath, allowing yourself to anchor yourself in your present moment, in your present thoughts, in your present being, allowing yourself the gift of being present, because the present is all that we can manifest, because all of your reality already exists right now. Everything is happening for you right now. As you continue to breathe, imagine roots growing from your root chakra deep into the center of your earth. You are being grounded, you are nurtured, you are nourished, and you are supported. Now imagine a warm, abundant light coming from the top half of your body and going into every single cell of your body. Allowing this light to flow into the bottom half of your body, restoring and rejuvenating you. Sit in this beautiful, abundant light for a moment and feel free to send any extra light to any body parts that need that extra abundance within you. Whether that's your heart, your solar plexus, your third eye, wherever you feel you need a little bit more extra abundance within yourself. Continue to simply breathe through your nose to connect to that intention that we set in the beginning of the day. Connect to that feeling of abundance. Now, if you have any fears or negative beliefs that come up around your intention, feel free to break down and release them right now. You can do them by screaming, by sighing, by simply surrendering, by raising your arms, by shaking, whatever way you must release these limiting beliefs about abundance, about your intention. Feel free to release them. Connect back to that intention of abundance. And I want you to connect to your favorite memory that makes you feel abundant. See that memory, feel that memory, hear that memory, smell that memory, taste that memory. What does abundance feel like for you? What is your favorite memory of abundance? Now connect to your favorite color that makes you feel abundant. Your favorite smell that makes you feel abundant. Your favorite sound that makes you feel abundant. Your favorite texture that makes you feel abundant. Connect to that abundance within yourself. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold it. And release. We're going to start tapping on the side of our hands. You can keep your eyes closed or open for this part. Whatever you are called to is right for you right now. And I will start off with saying the affirmations, and you will just repeat them either out loud or to yourself after me. So starting on the side of our hands, I am calling in so much abundance. I am calling in abundance. And even though I have some blocks and resistances around abundance that are holding me back from achieving my own abundance, I know that abundance is coming to me. Because Anya said that I deserve abundance. Anya also said that abundance is my birthright. And even though I haven't been able to consistently see abundance in my life, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself and anyone else who is contributing to the abundance around me, or lack thereof, I should say. Like my future clients, my significant others, the 5 most important people in my life, the 5 people that I surround myself with, but most importantly, myself. And even though I have all these feelings, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Eyebrow. I want to consistently call in abundance. Side of the eye. I want to consistently call in abundance. Under the eye. I want to consistently call in abundance. Under the nose. I want to consistently call in abundance. Chin. But I'm having a little bit of hard time with that. Collarbone. I haven't been able to do it yet. Under the arm. And the more I think about what I want to do, top of the head, the more I'm struggling and freaking out about it. I'm going to stop saying the points, just follow along with me. My entire life, I haven't been able to afford things. I keep hearing my parents say things like, we can't afford that. Or money doesn't grow on trees. And this has played such an important energy, such an important part into my own energy. That I have to be a millionaire to afford things these days, especially in 2022. And in order to live a happy, fulfilled life, I have to make so much money. I just have no idea how I'm going to become more abundant. Or if it's even possible. And even though I want to call in so much more abundance, I have so many blocks and resistance around this. Sometimes I feel like there's absolutely no way that I can have anything that I desire. And absolutely no way for me to start raising my prices, charging more for what I do, charging more for my services. Let alone start getting paid for what I'm actually worth. I'm just not sure how to ask for exactly what I want. Because I've always had such a hard time asking for help. And asking for help sometimes takes me down this negative spiral of anxiety. And then I feel like my parents again, telling myself that I can't afford things. And it all takes me back to that inner wounded child and my childhood. My parents would say things like that all the time. And they would fight about money all the time. So how am I supposed to call in more abundance if this is what I grew up with? If they weren't able to afford our necessities, how am I supposed to afford our necessities? How am I ever supposed to have more abundance? If all I keep thinking about is lack and scarcity, then I look at other people in my industry and other people on social media, and I see so many of them succeeding. But I need to remind myself that I'm only seeing what social media portrays. I'm not seeing how many times they fell, because they're only showing their successes online. I'm sure they didn't wake up abundant. I'm sure they have bad days sometimes too. I mean, they're only human. They've probably failed over and over and over again. They say Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he figured out the light bulb. I just have to keep going 1,000 times. I just can't be so hard on myself, because abundance is coming to me. And I declare abundance coming into my life. I can start feeling and activating it inside my body. I can feel abundance within arm's reach. I can smell abundance around the corner. I release any blocks that are holding me back from abundance and the limitations that I put on myself. Like I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not capable of abundance. I could never hold on to abundance. I have to sacrifice and work hard for abundance. But I'm putting my foot down and I'm not letting these limiting beliefs stop me anymore. Because the universe is limitless and abundant. And I declare abundance coming into my life. So I'm letting go of any guilt of abundance coming into my life and not being able to bring it in. I forgive myself for not being able to achieve more success and more abundance. I release any jealousy of others receiving abundance. I release any judgment of others receiving abundance. I release any fears of success and fears of failure. My success is no longer controlled by my fears. I insist consistent abundance into my life. There's no more need to suffer. I release any vows of poverty from myself and my ancestral lineage. Because the universe works in mysterious ways and is always abundant. And I am abundant. I am ready to step into my light and my abundance so that I can make an impact on the world. I am attracting the right people into my life, the right people that will give me more abundance, because I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have whatever I want. I am worthy of abundance coming to me. Abundance is my freaking birthright. Abundance will give me more meaning and joy in life. And I will help more people with more abundance that I have. And I'll truly start living in my purpose. Because you know what? The more abundance that I have, the more fun that I have. And the more fun that I have, the more money I make. Because abundance is super easy and fun. And abundance is all around me. My ideal clients are already looking for me. And I am calling in abundance. I am calling it in at a cellular level and activating abundance in body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Now close your eyes, open your heart, and tune into that abundancy frequency, that limitless abundance that's within yourself. Direct your attention deep inside your heart, deep where your essence lives, the place that the abundance comes from, the place that we speak from, the place that your abundance is going to be reactivated. Sit within your heart center for a moment and truly feel into the essence of abundance. Envision a beautiful green light swirling in your heart center. This green light slowly starts to expand and contract, expand and contract. And as it's expanding and contracting, it is bringing in limitless abundance into your energy field. Feel into this energy. This energy is so powerful. Feel the rush of this beautiful green light energy flood your entire body. Feel it growing from your heart like those tree roots that stand so strong. This flood of energy is shifting your mind, body, and spirit into the mode of receiving. Once the green light fills your entire body, envision a beautiful, bright, golden light beaming from the cosmos and coming down into your crown chakra. This beautiful golden light is what's going to get you to your next step in life. We're going to start moving past every single one of your chakras, and this beautiful light is going to clear your body and activate abundance within every single one of your chakras and within your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit. The golden light comes down from your crown chakra and clears and activates your knowledge, your consciousness, your fulfillment, and your spirituality. As this golden light is spinning and spinning, your understanding is activated. Say this affirmation to yourself, either to yourself or out loud. I understand. The golden light moves past your crown chakra and into your third eye chakra. As it's spinning, it's clearing and activating your intuition and your trust. Trust in yourself, in your abilities, and the trust that more abundance is coming to you. As this golden light is spinning, your sight is activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I see. Next, the beautiful golden light makes its way to your throat chakra. As it moves down your throat chakra, it clears and activates your expression, your communication, your creativity, and your inspiration. This is your ability to speak about your work and to be creative and inspiring to everyone around you. This golden light is spinning and your communication is activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I speak. This beautiful golden light continues into your heart chakra, activating your acceptance, your love, your compassion, and your sincerity. This is where the love for yourself and for the people around you, not only for yourself, but every single one of the people that you touch, and the acceptance that if something doesn't work out exactly how it's supposed to, that's okay. Hold compassion for yourself here. And as this golden light is spinning, your love is activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I love. Next, the golden light continues on into your solar plexus. This is where your power, your strength, your determination get cleared and activated. This is where the best version of yourself for the world are stored. This is where the strength to keep moving forward no matter what, and your determination to have that abundance gets activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I do. The golden light continues into your sacral chakra. This is where your pleasure, your play, your sexuality, and your sensuality are cleared and activated. This is where your masculine meets your feminine, and you have the inner knowing within yourself that abundance is already coming to you. Being that true, authentic self, being in the flow, this is where your pleasure is activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I feel. And finally, the beautiful golden light reaches your root chakra. This is where your energy, stability, comfort, and safety are cleared and activated. This is where your consistent abundance is cleared and activated. Say this affirmation to yourself or out loud. I am. Now, envision this beautiful golden light radiating outside of your actual physical body. And as it radiates, it aligns you with your abundance. As this beautiful light brings them brighter and brighter, your entire body is radiating and glowing and activating. You become this version of yourself who is already abundant. Sit in this limitless abundance for a second. When you are ready, say these affirmations one more time, either to yourself or out loud. I understand. I see. I speak. I love. I do. I feel. I am. I am. I am this version of myself who is already abundant. Sit in this version of yourself for another moment. Now we are going to come out of this meditation and I will count you down from 5 to 1. 5, 4, take a deep breath in. Hold it. Release. 3, 2, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And 1, open your eyes, stepping into this limitless version of abundance that you already are. Now, again, if you have any feelings or anything that came up, feel free to grab a journal and meditate on it a little bit. Write down what came up for you. If any feelings, thoughts, emotions came up, I would love to hear them in the chat box as well, how that was for you. Awesome. I'm so glad.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I would.
Done.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, with all of that, before we move on to the Q&A, I would love to invite all of you into my own abundance vortex. It is a one-time fee of a membership, and you get lifetime access to a vortex of abundance content, more of my meditations, my tappings, a live monthly call with me and other abundant badasses, lessons, meditations, tappings. There's so much in there. If that interests you, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. Is perfect. Shoot me a message, reach out to Gary or Ross, and they will pass my information as well. And I would love to see you all inside the abundance vortex. We have a few more minutes, about 15 more minutes. That was lovely. Thank you. Very welcome, Jane. Happy to serve. If there's any questions about abundance, about energy, about anything that I talked about today, I'm happy to answer them. We have about 15 minutes left. If you just want to say hi, I'm happy to say hi as well.
And just so everyone knows, I'm going to put Ania's Facebook profile link in the chat so you can get direct access to her profile there. You can grab that and connect up with her from there.
Lisa, thank you. Very welcome. Perfect.
Great. So what were some of the experiences you guys had? I definitely felt energy clearing. And I do, both Ross and I do EFT quite a bit for our clients as well as for ourselves. I
It's
liked
nice having somebody else do it along with us, though.
Right.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to come on and do EFT tappings anytime. It's my all-time favorite go-to.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great.
Feeling warm and ready for abundance. Amazing,
Nice.
Ella. I would love to also know, with the EFT tapping, what were some of those negative beliefs that you had in the beginning, and how did they transpire at the end? So I'd love to know some of that. I feel more hopeful. Beautiful, Lisa.
That's great.
Yeah, it's always nice when someone else is guiding a EFT tapping. I know I'm sitting here daily tapping on myself, but I'm like, someone else, please. Like, that's with anything, meditations, hypnosis. It's always easier when someone else guides it. I'm like, this is nice. I don't have to do any of the work. Just let me receive for once. So I'm happy to serve both of you and let you receive as well. Today was all about receiving.
That's
That's the only reason we had John. So
yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for me, you know, what I noticed was kind of cool was the awareness of some of the old programming that I've tapped on before, but noticing that I don't have charge to them, but they're references for me. They're not really charging per se. And then there were some that like, oh, okay, I didn't see that link. And so it kind of, there's some other additional thing that I hadn't thought about. And just this time around, it goes, oh yeah, remember this thing? Remember this kink in your energy? Let's clear that out. So I thought that was pretty good. And I definitely like going through the chakra element. There was a couple of things you did in there, which synchronistically aligned with some of what Ross and I teachers call the infinity process, because in the infinity process, we teach how people how to code things into the matrix. And in abundance, there's a couple of things that we've tied into the abundance code that you talked about, like, hey, hold on, she tapped in here because she's
I'm very intuitive.
Yeah. So there's a few things there that resonated on a variety of different levels for sure.
That was great.
Alicia says, I'm calling in all that is meant for me currently, and this is the second extremely spot on meditation activation I've done today. Oh, awesome. Way to go. So transformational. Thanks for being the vehicle guide for all of us today. Yes, awesome. Well, that's good.
Yes, please connect with me, everyone. I'm happy to serve. My messages are always open as well. I do weekly EFT tappings inside my own community as well. I have several YouTube videos, so feel free to connect with me. And I'd love to just say hi and get to know all of you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And give you some sprinkles of abundance.
That's awesome.
And yeah, stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we are having an interview session here with some special news. And Gary and Ross are they're going to be on my podcast as well. So you all stay tuned, and I will see you all very shortly.
Yeah, a lot of great things happening and brewing for us leading into 2023. Because, you know, the reality is, if you look at the outside world out there, it looks like there's a storm brewing. And if you aren't tapping into the resources and the avenues for getting to the eye of the storm, it could be a bumpy ride for many people. And so that's where we've been synchronistically brought together to co-collaborate on a variety of different things. And so we thought we'd share her with you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed her on this week's special stream. And yeah, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Jane. And yeah, will the links be in the description of this video after? Yeah, you're just on the biology belief page. If you're on the biology belief page, we'll just tap it to the top. If you're in one of the groups, wherever we're sharing it, we'll tap it, we'll add it to the top, so it becomes either featured or just what do they call it? Thumbed up to the top of the post. So just keep looking there, and you'll be able to catch a replay.
Yeah, that'll all happen today. So regardless of where you're listening to us from, and then if you are listening on YouTube, obviously it'll be in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, every Thursday we're here 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're bringing you something amazing and awesome to hack the infinity matrix and create the reality that you want. If there's no other questions, we'll leave any other questions, just drop it in real quick. If not, I think we'll leave it with a wonderful thank you, of deep gratitude for you being here and for the universe bringing us together in this way at this time, because I really think that, and also just your new project that we're going to talk about. We're having her back in a couple of weeks, if you didn't clue into that. So join again for the next couple of weeks. And what you're going to talk about in a couple of weeks, I think is perfect timing for what's going on energetically, spiritually, consciously. And yeah, and I think it's the right time, just like it was the right time for when we came on our streams and all that stuff. So awesome. Good to hear people are loving it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, beautiful community. And thank you, everyone, for allowing this abundance to flow through you and me to sprinkle a little bit of that abundance dust that I have going on as well. So appreciate you all. Deep gratitude. Thank you.
That's great. And to wrap up, remember that we dare you to be exceptional. And the only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. All right. Be well, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Well, you made it to the end of this interview, and that tells us one thing. You liked what you heard. And maybe, just maybe, you might want more of the same. So be sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. As a matter of fact, you might be ready to step things up for yourself. You see, everyone that you've heard us interview for the Infinite Wisdom series all have one thing in common. They've harnessed their own potential, claimed their badass self, and raised their game and leveled up. Whether it be in business, personal, romantic, for whatever aspect of life you choose, there's always a next level. So we encourage you to rekindle your passion and purpose, step it up, and register for our next free 5-day Badass Challenge. The link is below, and we are excited to see you take a leap into a new reality. that only you can imagine.